Hey everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we didn't run the minion roulette last time, so we're running it today. Alright, this week we have the Black Chocobo chick, nice. Anyways, today it is time for the patch 2.2 fishing. We're going to be taking care of all of the new fish that were introduced in patch 2.2, which is 37 of them total. But before we get to that, we have two things we need to do. One, there is a new fish request that was introduced in patch 2.2, which introduces the types of fish we're going to be seeing coming up. The other thing we need to do is new fishing tools were introduced in patch 2.2, namely an item level 70 fishing rod, which we will be able to get once we have made a little bit of progress into the patch 2.2 fishing. There's going to be a bit of a challenge, and if we can pull off that challenge, we'll be able to get our item level 70 rod, and that rod will then enable us to go on and catch the biggest fish in this patch. So we've got three things to do today, effectively. Quest, get the new rod, and then catch all the fish. So let's begin. Hello, Sissipu. You have a quest for me. A salty stalwart is the acting guildmaster Sissipu, but today she seems distinctly distrait. There you are, Satora. Where have you been? Somebody tell you about the big fish? No, I don't mean him. Wawalago may be the guildmaster, but he's more the big lugworm than the big fish. In fact, he calls you the best fisher in the guild. That's why he wants to see you. Some scholars raising a hue and cry about a giant fish that needs catching. Refreshing, isn't it? It's actually serious business for a change. What will the morrow bring? Sharks spilling from the sky in a spectacular shower of scales? Oh, don't look at me like that. I am the acting guildmaster after all. You'll find Wawalago at his usual spot at the docks. Might as well hear what he has to say. You're not like to lose by it, and I've sure had a bellyful. Alright, let's go hear about this big fish that people are in a panic about. What's going on? Why are people freaked out about a big fish? Haslin, the adventure rides with alacrity. Satora, this fellow you must follow. He is learned in lore and wise in the ways of worms. Yes, I am called Aslan, and I am indeed learned in lore. That is to say, I study legends throughout Eorzea, legends of what the common man might call giant fishy things. I recently came across an ancient document which made reference to something called the Nepto Dragon. I should explain that by dragon, the ancients probably meant a giant fish, or possibly a shrubbery of unusual coloring. It's usually one or the other. But my Nepto Dragon was no plant, for the Book of 3 notes it was twice man size. That is to say, twice as long as a hero is tall, and tore through hulls of trading ships with its mighty teeth. Did it ever live? Does it still? One thing is certain. If I ever find its home waters, it will not be I who hauls the mighty monster out from its depths. I haven't the fortitude. To clarify, I fear water, greatly. Even standing on this pier tests my will to its limits. But that is why I am here, that I might petition the aid of one such as yourself who harbors no such fear. Terrifically told and totally true. He came to Wawalago, this learner of lore, but fie, he found this fisher had faults. Too old am I to make after this monster of myth, though I do think that I'm not completely diminished by my dotage, or do you doubt it? I thought to myself, Satora's a game one game guppy. The best of the bunch, barring myself by the bream. Now then, on to the old ones. Ha, I saw that flinch, and the furtive flitting of fingers to some folksy charm. Suffice it to say, I speak of fish grown great in gloomy green depths. You've heard chatters about these wily wizards of the water, I am sure. But chatting is not catching. More fishers have heard the history than have hooked the hidden heavyweights, ho? Now, if what this learner of lore tells is true, then Nepto Dragon will need a fisher who can fish an old one to order. So it falls to you to prove your prowess, pretty please. Master Wawalago, you've cut your share of these that is to say, old ones, have you? Was that a quip or a question? A quick query to yourself, if you please. Why even ask when the answer is clear? Of course I have caught an old one. Notice I stressed the singular, Even the master fisher of all Eorzea finds the old ones a heaving handful of hell. Where to begin? Aha! The Titanic sawfish, an enigma to entertain even an eclectic expert. It enjoys a certain infamy in its immediate environment, shall I say? Other fish of its fraternity flip their fins and flee from it. You can find the Titanic sawfish in Cape Westwind. You must mooch the monster if you're primed to pull it, and our cultured companion will couch his corrections. Now ready the reel, coddle the creel. Use a lugworm and catch a Merlethorpe goby. Merlethorpe gobies are only the first bait to bag the bass. Mooch with it to net a wahoo. Now you must maintain the mooch to manacle a Titanic sawfish. A pissy Pisces is this Titanic sawfish, not a drop of doubt about it. Only appears when all aligns, the hour, the weather, the welkin's color. Should you net the Titanic sawfish, no nugget of knowledge will I deny. I had much opportunity to observe the old ones from an umlaut, and you shall learn every detail. Oh, umiak, that's an I, not an L. No easy feat, I know, but mine eyes have seen you master that mendacious marlin of Muslaya, and that makes you a fisher second only to Wawalago. Alright, we're heading off to Cape Westwind to catch a Titanic sawfish. We've caught them once before, but we need to actually have one to deliver. We could buy one off the market board, but we are a proper fisher, so what do you say we catch one ourselves? Our second Titanic sawfish. Alright, so let's see, we want to keep the Merlethorpe gobies, the wahoos, and the Titanic sawfishes, since we need to mooch from one to the next. Alright, let's get going. So, Titanic sawfish. I went over its requirements when we first caught it, but available from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eorzean time during clear or fair skies, and only after the 3-fish mooch chain. Okay, we need to catch a Merlethorpe goby of sufficient size to grant ourselves a mooch for a wahoo. And thankfully with a lugworm, only Merlethorpe gobies will bite, so we can just keep hooking every single one of these fish, and eventually we're sure to get a mooch chain going. Let's see how this goes. Okay, for this one we want to use powerful hook sets. And it looks like the Titanic sawfish will also be a powerful hook set, assuming this is moochable. Dang it, that's a silver shark. Alright, I'll keep going and I'll be back when I catch the fish. Oh, I should have. Oh well. Okay, sure, caught it on the very next attempt, I think it was. Okay, awesome. That went nice and smooth. Good, because this is actually a 2-part quest. There's another fish we're gonna need to catch, and it closes in 7 minutes. So quickly, back to Wawalago. Hello there, Wawalago. I return with good news. I bring you the fish. Is the deed done, or is the dream dead? Did you catch a Titanic sawfish? I did indeed. A Titanic sawfish by the belly bursting with bream. Valiant venture, fine fisher, now the news. It was but once that I caught an old one. 10 years younger I was. Bloody and bruised were my hands afterwards, sliced like sirloin steaks by the rod and line. Was I afraid? Never. Fishing is a fever that burns too fierce for fear. The old one you seek is known as the Navigator's brand, and she wallows in the waters off the Brewer's beacon. Mayhaps you hear her. Listen, alas, the Western Lenocio lacks a proper propinquity. We're moving on. I use the Yumizuno if I remember, and I do very vividly as we do vanish valuables. A clear day it was too, the sun high in the sky. The hour? I know it not, nor need to know. The old one needs all your knowledge and skill to catch valiant venture. An exceptional equipment is an excellent means to an end, to be sure. Go fish, Sator, the second best fisher in Eorzea. Go fish. Alright, we need a gathering rating of 290 or higher. We, thankfully, have a gathering rating of 304? Yeah, 304. Okay, let's go quick. It closes in 6 minutes. It is available from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eorzean time. And we do need to use the Yumizuno. I think you can also catch it with a versatile lure, but less probable with that. Okay, where are my Yumizuno? There you are. Perfect. We are here at Brewer's Beacon. Equip the Yumizuno. Release everything, since there is no mooching. And let's go. Come on, Navigator's Brand. It is going to be a 3 exclamation mark pull. And since there's a mooching, we can just put all of our GP into... Oh, crap. No. Don't even attempt to hook the non-triple exclamation mark bites. It just wastes time. But yeah, we can put all of our GP into chumming to get more casts. Oh my god, on the very, very last cast in the open window. The open window is closed now. The very last cast I caught it. Oh my god, could not have cut that closer. Literally could not have cut that closer. But we got the Navigator's Brand, our first big fish. Okay, let me just mark it off of my checklist. Oh, thank goodness. That is a huge, huge relief. Okay, let's get back to Wawalago and show that we caught a big fish. We caught the Navigator's Brand. Wawalago, I could not have possibly cut that any closer, but I did it. I did it. I caught the fish. I caught it. I caught the Navigator's Brand. Did you do the deed? Mayhap the old one observed with its oversized orbs the futility of fleeing the ferocious fisher. Wawalago is not worried. Happy happenstance it was that I caught my old one, and you will also be lucky with your lure. Yeah, lucky indeed. That is not an exaggeration. Why do I only have 2 Yumizuno? Is it because one's on my rod? I'm going to assume that's why. By a Navigator's Brand! The deed is done. This is the Lord of the Brewer's Beacon by the Bream. Still, this success is shocking in its suddenness. Have I been surpassed? Slipped to the second spot from the summit? I am not worried, for there is more to fishercraft than obliging old ones. Still, Satora is skilled to snag her second old one, and I am less lonely at the top for it. A fine fish, this Navigator's Brand. Firm yet flaky, I fancy. Grilled with garlic and garnished with greens, or steamed with shallots and served sauced and spiced. A vintage viand this old one will make. The old one is an oblation, that much is obvious. Grab the grill pan, let us greet the god of gastronomy. But Wawalago also wants his wet-aged fish, marinating in its marine memories. A dry, no, wizened white wine, I think. Something from the 6th Astral Era, sleeping in my cellar. Ahem. Still here. Abject apologies, Aslan, my admirable academic. I hereby pronounce Satoris proficient and pugnacious, fit to fish your lurking leviathan. That's a relief. As I said, I will have to avail myself of the services of a skilled fisher once I find the Nepto Dragon. Mr. Satora, I hope you will accept the standing offer to face this hideous monster in my stead. Sounds good. Fantastic. That is to say, excellent. I shall continue my travels and discover where legend becomes reality. I'll return when I know more. A fine collaboration this will be. You fish, I publish. Farewell for now. That is to say, see you soon. Indeed. It'll be good to work with you. Well, that went well, wouldn't you say? Now for practice. A scholar stops by and suddenly we must supplement our skills. We are often oblivious to old ones, but they are all around us in appreciable abundance. Culling them would be quite a quill in your cap. I recommend it readily. You can always take the catch to Mordona. I've been told tales of someone in Revenant's Toll with terrific tools to trade for fearsome fishies. Everyone enjoys an excellent exchange, and they say there are many to be had from this trader at the Toll. The 3 T's, my master called it: technique, tool, and talent. Neglect not the right equipment, and if you are obsessed with the old ones. Well, good news, I've already got the hat for it. What a marvelous meal. I'll make of this. Should I share with that surly Sisyphus, or slay her by saving a salted slice? Alright, we have 4 options for baits that we want to get out of this. Generally bait balls are more broadly useful, because they're more generic type baits, so they can catch a lot more variety of fish, but they're also not as effective. But I think I'll go with that. Alright then, I like big fish, and I cannot lie, which means it is time to begin working on our big fishing. But before we can really get into the big fishing for patch 2.2, there's a good many fish that we can catch right now with our current stats. With gathering of 304, a good many of them can be caught by us. However, the hardest fish to catch in patch 2.2 have a minimum gathering rating of 359. That's a lot. We need better tools if we're going to be able to catch all of those fish. So our next task is going to be getting the item level 70 rod in order to catch those bigger fish. And to get the item level 70 rod, we need to catch 6 of a fish known as a silver sovereign, which thankfully only requires 300 gathering. Now then, before we head off and do that, I believe the Brewer's Beacon is the first fishing hole we have 100% completed. There are still many to go. We'll be slowly clearing them out as we go through the patches and catch all the fish. But for now, I'll meet you over where we're gonna catch those silver sovereign. Alright, we're back and it is time to continue the fishing extravaganza for patch 2.2. It is the next day for me. Needed to take a break because I had other things I needed to get done, and this is going to take a while. Alright, so, before we get started on the next part of our fishing, a couple of notes for the previous part where we did the Beast of Brewer's Beacon. I said that I think you can catch the Navigator's, God, what is it called? Navigator's brand. I said I think you can catch it with the Versatile Lure. You cannot. You can only catch with the Yumizuno, and it looks like it's about a 4% catch rate when all conditions are met for the Navigator's brand, so it is a rare one, but you can definitely catch it if you keep trying. Just gotta wait for all the conditions to line up. I definitely recommend using Carbuncle Plushie's fish tracker website. Very handy tool. Very useful. I've been using it for all my fishing, and it helps so much. And it's going to be very helpful as we go through the post-game fishing, since the conditions get really tight. Okay, so for the next part of fishing, we need to catch 6 of the fish known as Silver Sovereign. Once we have 6 of those, we can trade those into Talon to get our item level 70 fishing rod. To catch the Silver Sovereign, we are here in Lower Lenosia at the Ocean's Torch fishing hole. It is the last fish on the list here. There are no listed conditions for it because it is a special big fish. It is one of the endgame fish. We got to figure those out ourselves by asking the community, working with the community. But thankfully, this was over 10 years ago that this came out, so everything is already fully documented. For the Silver Sovereign, there are no conditions on weather. There are no conditions on time of day. The only condition, I believe, is you need to be using the Yumizuno, and you need to have at least a 300 gathering rating. We have a 304 gathering rating without any food, which I have basically maxed out my materia melding to get that. You may need to, if you don't have the materia for it, use food to get all the way up to over 300 gathering. Food is going to be very useful in our post-game fishing. Those stats requirements are going to get tight. So let's mark all the fish as don't need to catch them. We're going to mark them all for release. Let's chum and let's get fishing. And then while we're fishing, we might as well take a seat as well. All right, other note to make note of. Very important for all post-game fishing because you're going to be sitting here for a long time looking for individual fish. Like these fish get... Did I just get it on the first cast? Behold, the luckiest... Oh, no, never mind. That's a mahi-mahi. Okay, never mind. Anyways, we're going to be sitting in one place for a long time looking for one fish. Like, these fish get really difficult to catch. They're going to be really great time wasters, we'll say. A couple of tips. One, do not reel in unless it is the correct number of exclamation marks. No, they took my Yumizuno! Okay, that's a problem. I may need to go and craft more Yumizuno soon. Don't take my Yumizuno, you jerks. Alright, well, I'll reel you in just because now I'm paranoid. Anyways. Try not to reel in whenever it's not the right number of exclamation points, because it is actually much faster to let them get away and then recast than it is to reel them in and then recast. So you'll be able to get more attempts in a shorter period of time, and that'll end up just being better. Just being a better experience. The other thing to make note of is to prevent bots from just farming fish for whatever they use them for, selling for big gill or whatever. In order to prevent people from using bots to cheat, there is a limitation on fishing. That limitation is if you are in one spot fishing for at least, I think it's an hour, the game will assume you are botting, and then the fish will just vanish from the fishing hole. Which is not ideal. You don't want the fish to vanish from the fishing hole, because then you're not going to catch anything. I would recommend every 30 minutes or so, just to be safe, moving like a couple feet to either side. Just finding a different spot at the same fishing hole to keep fishing from. Every 30 to 40 minutes or so, just to make sure the game doesn't think you are just botting. Trust me, this was actually the first fishing hole I discovered that at. Oh, hey, look, we got our first Silver Sovereign. Nice. This was the first fishing hole I discovered that little quirk of this game at, and I was so confused and so terrified. But no, as long as you just move every 30 minutes or so, you'll be fine. And if you do get the message saying the fish have all left, just go fish at a different fishing hole once, just a single cast, and then reel in, and then go back, and you'll be fine. I'm getting weirdly good luck with the triple exclamation marks. I'm getting weirdly good luck. I appreciate it, but it's weird. Oh, my goodness. My luck should not be this good. I have 2 Silver Sovereign of 6 already. All right, well, I'll probably be back in like 20 minutes at this rate, and we'll be able to go get our item level 70 hats. Or not hat, fishing rod. I'll be back soon. All right, I'm back. I got my 6 Silver Sovereign. I also went ahead and ended up crafting 60 watered cordials, which I went through 10 of them. That was fun. Let's see. So, yeah, like I was saying when we were fishing, you can let the fish get away to be able to fish more frequently, to just, like, it won't take as much time to catch your Silver Sovereigns or other big fish. But I didn't realize just how prone fish were to taking away your lures. I did not have nearly that bad of luck on my main when I was doing this. Maybe I just got really unlucky this time. Maybe I got really lucky on my main. But on my main, I did all of the big fishing and I didn't have that issue so much. So I feel like I probably just got really unlucky here. Who knows? Random number generators just are like that sometimes. Anyways, we got our 6 Silver Sovereigns, so let's go ahead and trade in for our Forager's fishing rod. Hello, thank you so much, Talon. And with our new Forager's fishing rod, let's see. How's that difference looking? Gathering goes from 112 to 143 plus 31 points. Very nice. And perception goes from 64 to 82. That's plus 18. I'm more worried about the gathering, since that is very important for making sure we're able to catch all the fish. Okay. Oof. Okay. Got it. I understand what you're doing to me, game. So, if we want to catch all the fish in patch 2.2, we need at least a gathering rating of 359. We have 335, and this is about the best gear that was available at this point when these fish came out. So how are we going to fill in that last pretty large gap? 24 point gap? So, thankfully, there's this thing called food. And it just so happens that the best available food at this point for gatherers is, if I can find it, spinach quiche, which at high quality is a plus 7% to your gathering points, max 24. We need 24 more points, but unfortunately, if we were to eat this, let me do the math real quick. 335 plus 7% puts us at 358.45, half a point short of what we need to catch all the fish in patch 2.2. Thankfully, let me see. I should have some more gatherers materia. If not in my chocobo bag, then perhaps in my inventory already. If we take a look at our, which one is it? Fisher's wading boots, I'm one gathering point short of max on there. So what I could do is try to do an overmelt, and if I can fill that in and get to 336, this is gonna be tough, but we should be able to get one in if the RNG is nice. Good. We have maxed out our gathering stats for the available gear at this point in the game. Assuming we don't go ahead and skip ahead to patch 2.3 and later gear, which I'm not going to do because I'm issuing myself a challenge effectively. We've talked about this before, but I'm really challenging myself to limit how much I'm able to, limit what I'm allowing myself to use. But yeah, we have max gathering and max perception, and that puts us at exactly the bare minimum we need in order to get all of the fish in patch 2.2, as long as we are using the spinach quiche buff at the same time. Goody! So let's get to actually catching those patch 2.2 fish. Thankfully, a good majority of them will not require the absolute upper tiers of gathering stats. We can catch most of them with just a plain 336 gathering stat. So I'm going to do the ones that don't need the spinach quiche first, and then we'll finish with the ones that do need the spinach quiche. And yeah, this is going to be fun. Let's do some challenge fishing. Let's really stretch ourselves to the limit on this. I recommend you don't do this, but I'm challenging myself in this playthrough. I love these challenge runs. Let's get going. Alright, we are back, and it is time to take care of all of the rest of the patch 2.2 fish. And there's a lot to get to. We're going to be going roughly in order of difficulty. Starting out here at Limzolumin's Upper Decks. So before we get going, I do want to go ahead and cite my sources. All the gathering requirements are coming from the Gamer Escape Wiki. And I believe they've got the numbers all down precisely. Maybe not down to the exact number, but pretty close to the exact number. And for the actual time and weather requirements and bait requirements, that's all coming from the Carbuncle Plushie app. So let's get started. For this first set of fish, or for this first fish, we want moth pupa as our bait. And for the first set of fish we're catching, for this first big group of, I think, 9, there are no requirements on your gathering stat that I could find. Just need to hit the right time and weather requirements, so we should be good on that. So that's going to apply for all of the upcoming fish until I say the requirements have changed. I'm going to be going in order from easiest to hardest. Okay, let's see. So moth pupa time is 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eorzean time. And I don't... Oh, sorry, not moth pupa. God, I'm reading the wrong one. Apologies. We want pillbug for this fish. Anyways, as I was saying, pillbug, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., Limzolumin's Upper Decks. This one may take a little bit, so I'll be back when I catch it. And I think this is going to be, yeah, this is a three pull, a big pull. I'll start referring to the exclamation marks as small, medium, and big, just because that'll be a bit easier, less of a mouthful. So yeah, big pull on this one. All right, looks like we got it hooked after just a few more casts. And it looks like we've caught it. This is going to be the golden fin. All right, that is the last fish for the upper decks. Is it also for the lower decks? No, lower decks has a different fish. Fair enough. All right then, next up we are going to Middle Enosia. And this one will be the moth pupa. All right, the next fish comes from Middle Enosia at the Rogue River. We want a moth pupa as our bait. The time is 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eorzean, and I don't see any weather requirements. And no gathering stat requirements. Oh, dang it, don't need a pull on a small. Alright, well, I will be back when I have caught the fish I am looking for. Okay, there we go, finally hooked it. And we should be able to catch it. As we get into the big fish, it'll become more obvious, but every fish does have a chance to just get off the hook no matter what. For most fish, it's like a 99% chance you'll catch it. For the big fish, especially the real big fish we'll be getting into, that chance starts to get up towards like 50% of them getting off the hook, which can be annoying. Anyways, caught the beguiler chub, which is the final fish of the Rogue River. Next up, we don't have a lot of time, but we can try for one in North Shroud. Alright, don't have a lot of time for this one, but North Shroud with a floating minnow bait. Let's see. Time needs to be 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eorzean time, and I don't see any other requirements. So, let's see if we can catch this next fish in the short time it's going to be still available. And again, it's going to be a big pull. Alright, so that fish didn't want to pop up in the window we had available. That's fine, we'll come back to it later. Next one is going to be over in Western Thanalan at Nafika's Well. With the buttered worm bait, it is a big pull. It responds well to the precision hook set if you're going for patience. And let's see, it is available all day during clear and fair skies, so it's primarily weather restricted. Fair enough. It will be the last fish here before this hole is complete. Exciting. And it is open. Let's go fishing. And of course, I will be back once I have caught the fish. Or once the window is closed in 46 minutes. Yeah, I think we're going to be fine to keep trying. Okay, looks like we've got it on the hook. And it looks like it is reeling in. So we should be able to mark off that we have caught the Glimmer Scale. Last fish for this hole. Excellent. Alright, the next fish is opening in 1 minute up in North Shroud. That didn't take too long at least. Alright, this fish can be caught at Fallgourd Float. It is available with a wildfowl fly as your bait. And what other notes do we have? Let's see. Okay, wildfowl fly as bait, no mooching. It is a big pull, responds well to powerful hook sets, and available from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. 9 p.m. Eorzean time. 5 to 9 p.m. Eorzean time. Last note for this one is when you catch it, there is a chance, well, when you catch this fish, it will spawn an S-rank monster in the North Shroud, assuming that monster is off of its respawn timer, because S-ranks have a very long, like several day respawn timer. So if that respawn timer has expired and it's ready to spawn again and you catch a Judge Ray, which is the fish we're going for, there will be an S-rank that spawns. So, hey, we might as well check out that S-rank while we're here as well. Oh, there we go. We've only got like 54 seconds left in the window and it looks like we hooked it. I hear another person nearby also trying to catch it. I think they're on the other side of the building. So I assume they're trying to get the S rank to spawn. We caught the Judge Ray. The S rank did not spawn, so it looks like it is on its cooldown window. Understandable. So no S rank for us today. Oh well, on to our next fish. Alright, our next fish takes us to Central Thanalin's Lower Soot Creek, where we need to use Crayfish Ball as our bait. It is available from 7 p.m. to midnight Eorzean time. Crayfish Ball's the bait, as I said, big pull, and responds well to precision hook set. I did not need to pull on the small pull. Come on, me. Be more efficient. Alright, I'll be back, hopefully when I catch the fish. Well, caught that one pretty quickly. Except it got away. Yep, this is going to be a recurring issue. Like I was saying earlier, the big fish have a really high chance of getting away. Anywhere from like 5% to 50%, possibly even more for some of the harder ones. They're going to be annoying. All fish have a chance of getting away, every single one, but the big fish are obnoxious about it. Oh, hooked another one. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. Screw you, fish. Okay, hooked another one. We've got 3 more minutes left in the window. Come on. Dang it, fish. Get on my line and stay there. Why are you like this? Okay, looks like I may have caught it right near the end of the window. We've got 12 seconds left in the window. And there we are. Caught ourselves the Slime King. Alright, on to the next fish. Alright, the next fish can be caught from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eorzean time, with the butterworm as our bait here in the Footfalls. Let's get casting. Anything else responds well to powerful hook set when you're using patience, and of course it's a big pull. It's always nice when you don't have chum up and then your fish takes an unusually long time to hook, because it usually means it's going to be a big fish. Alright, caught this fishing hole's fish, which is the Mud Golem. Awesome. On to our next fish. Alright, our next fish can be caught in Swift Perch from 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eorzean time, with Northern Krill as our bait. Any other notes I need to make note of? Doesn't look like it. Oh yes, it responds well to precision hook set, and it's a big pull. I'll be back hopefully when we catch it. We don't got long to catch it. Alright, got it on the hook. Now let's see, do we catch it? Looks like we caught it. I'm gonna call that a catch. There we go. We caught the... That's not right. What the heck? Hang on, there's multiple big fish here? How dare you, I've been bamboozled. Got another big fish hook. Please be the right one this time. Please be the right one this time. Come on, come on, come on. Please be what I'm looking for, because we've only got 10 seconds left in the window. God damn it. Alright, last cast. Might as well keep this cast in, because if we don't catch it here, well, we're not catching it. At least in this window. Nope, alright. Didn't catch it this time. That's fine. I'll be back shortly, once the windows open up again for these fish that have no gathering requirements, and we'll try to catch them again. 3 left to go before we move on to the next set. Alright, we are back. The next fish that is available will be here in Old Gridania at the Upper Black Tea Brook fishing hole. This one is high priority as it has rather strict requirements. This one requires foggy or cloudy weather, time of 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eorzean time, and the bait is crowfly. Alright, let's get our chum. And then once it hits 9 a.m., 9:01 we'll say, just to guarantee we are in the window, let's get fishing. I've got 14 minutes till this window closes, and there's another fish available at the same time, so let's go, go, go. Oh yes, also Big Pole responds well to precision hook set. Oh, we got a hook. Now will we catch it? Generally, big fish are going to have, they're going to fall into one of three categories. Big fish are going to either have really strict requirements, or have very low hook rates, so they're not going to grab onto your rod very often, or they have a high chance of getting off of your rod. That being said, as we get to the really endgame fish, when we get to the hardest fish in an expansion, that's going to start changing, as they will start to fall into 2 or 3 categories at once. But generally, for these early fish, they're either going to have hard requirements, low hook rate, or high escape rate. Anyways, coming back to North Shroud, we're working on this fish again. Let's see. The bait was, for North Shroud, the floating minnow. Alright, let's get casting. Oh my god, hooked it on the first attempt, and it immediately got off our rod. Yeah, you can see the issue. But yes, I said this one's requirements earlier, but just to review, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eorzean time, no other requirements. Oh, and floating minnow. It is a powerful hook set and a large bite. Or, a big bite. Okay, good. We've got 30 seconds left in the window, and it looks like we finally caught it. Oh, good. If I didn't catch it, since the only requirement is time on this one, I was willing to stick around, wait for my GP to recover, and then use fish eyes, since that, I believe, nullifies time requirements on most fish. It doesn't nullify weather requirements, only time requirements. And I believe it doesn't work on the hardest fish in an expansion, which are like the quote legendary fish. But it should work on most of the fish we're working on right now, so I would have been willing to use that. But good news, we caught it. The next fish will be available for me in 14 minutes. Alright, the last fish that has no specific gathering stat requirements for patch 2.2 is going to be this one over at Swift Perch in Western Linosia. We were trying to catch it earlier. It did not bite. Let's see. The only requirements on this one are 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eorzean time, and Northern Krill is a bait. It responds well to the precision hook set, and it is a big bite. Oh, hey. This might be it. This might not, because apparently there's multiple big bites here at this particular fishing hole. Come on, give me the fish right away so we can be done and move on to the harder ones. Nope. All right, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, there we go. That didn't take very long at all. Caught the armor. That is the last fish for patch 2.2 with no particular requirements on our gathering stat. The next 7 fish that we're going to be catching will all have a gathering stat of 290 at an absolute minimum. 290, which is the same as the fish from the Navigator's brand that we caught at Brewer's Beacon. There we go. I can speak properly. You didn't hear anything weird. You didn't hear me getting tongue-tied. Anyways, I'll be back with those next fish. Alright, for about half of the fish that require a 290 gathering, there are no real weather or time requirements. There's 7 in total. 4 don't have time or weather requirements. And the other 3 do. So first off, down here at the Moraby Bay fishing hole. Oops, I don't need to be pulling that one in. Dang it. But down here at the Morby Bay fishing hole, we can get our first 290 fish. And for this one, it is a big bite, 3 exclamation marks. Apparently the official term is ferocious bite. They prefer the goby ball, and there's not really much else to them. They will only bite on the goby ball. And let's see, according to Final Fantasy XIV Angler, it's about a 5% catch rate. Or a 5% chance for them to bite the hook. As for the chance for them to actually be reeled in, I guess we'll see. Alright, there we go. Got a hook on, I think. Dang it. Okay, so odds of it staying on the hook are going to be relatively low. But I got a hook on, like, the 9th cast, so not too bad. Alright, I was not able to catch it before a timed fish came up. A timed fish window came up, and that is, of course, more important since those are going to be a little bit rarer when I can catch them. So let's see, for this one, we want to mooch, and specifically we want to mooch with the floating minnow as our bait. We want to catch a, I'm going to try and use the official terminology since apparently the official terminology exists. Single exclamation mark is a weak bite, 2 is a big bite, and 3 is a ferocious bite. So we want a big bite in order to get a harbor herring, hopefully, there we go, which we can then mooch into a ferocious bite to get what we're looking for. This one is available all day here at Summerford during clear or fair skies. That's the only requirement, is clear or fair skies. That is not what I'm looking for. Dang it, unfortunate. All right, let's keep trying. Okay, got it on the hook. Now can we reel it in? Looks like we got it. Our timed fish over here at Summerford is the Gigant Shark. Alright, I'm gonna go head back to the one over at oh god. Over at Morby Bay and work there until either I catch that or until the next time fish comes up. Alright, got it on the hook. Now let's see if we actually catch it. Yes! There we go. The fish over here at Morby Bay with no real requirement other than 290 gathering is Oshan's Print. Alright, next time fish is going to be ready in just a moment, so I'm going to go get ready for that. Alright, the next fish we are looking for is over here at Middle Enosia's Nim River. Available from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Eorzean time, and it likes the sinking minnow as its bait. It is a ferocious bite, of course, and it responds well to the powerful hook set. So, I'll be back when I have caught it. But since the requirements are so loose, it might be a bit of a rare spawn. Alright, got it on the hook. And it looks like we caught it. Awesome. So, the big fish of the Nim River is the high perch. Alright, next timed fish is about 6 minutes away, so let's go find a new, untimed fish to catch. Looks like there is going to be one here at the West Aegis River we can get. Alright, let's see. So for this one, It is a fan of crayfish balls. So let's get those out. I've got 263. Of course, being a big fish, it is a ferocious bite. Crayfish ball responds well to precision hook set in this case. And let me see if I can pull up its spawn rate. I do not have the page pulled up on Angler. Alright, oh well. It's going to be a low spawn rate, is all I can guarantee you, so I'll be back when hopefully we catch it, or when the next time fish is up. Okay, got it on the hook. And it looks like that's a catch as well. Nice. Alright, that gives us our next fish, the Great Gudgeon. Alright, we still got 3 minutes until the next time fish is up. So let's head on to Lower Lenosia. We got one more untimed big fish there. Alright, the next fish we are looking for can be found over here at the Morning Widow in Lower Lenosia. And let's check this fish's info. Available all day, no restrictions. It likes moth pupa. It is a ferocious bite and it responds well to the precision hook set. Alright, let's see if we can't catch it. Alright, got it on the hook. Is it a catch? It is a catch. Alright, the Morning Widow's big fish is the Caterwaller. And we got go big or go home too. Nice. Alright, the next big fish, or the next time fish's window has been open for a little bit, but it's a pretty wide window, so I wasn't too worried about it. Alright, the last timed fish that requires a gathering of 290 is going to be here at Limsa's Lower Decks. We're going to be mooching. Let's see. Okay, we want to start with a pill bug. And mooch that. Start with a pill bug, catch a particular fish, and then mooch it. Let's see. Will it come to me? No, we do not. Wait, yes, we do want the big pull. We do want a big pull on the first one. It gave us what we wanted, but it wasn't moochable. Dang it. Okay. So yeah, we want to use a pill bug, catch with a big pull on a powerful hook set, a harbor herring, and then mooch that for a ferocious pull, which responds well to powerful hook set again, and that'll give us the fish we're looking for. This fish is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eorzean time, so a rather wide window it is available, thankfully. Okay, got it on the hook. Will we catch it? I've been having a lot of... There we go. Yep, we caught it. I've been having a lot of trouble with this one. Mostly because I'm not getting enough big-sized harbor herrings to mooch. But we caught the Octomammoth, which is the last timed 290 fish that we needed to go for. Alright, one more 290 fish in the set, and then we can move on to the next tier of requirements. Alright, for this last one in the 290 set, we are here at the Vein in Central Shroud. There are no time limits on this one. It is no weather limits either. It is always available. Let's see. So we want to catch. We want to use moth pupa as our bait. Catch with precision hook set with a weak bite. Our first fish in the set, which will be the striped goby. And then we can mooch that. That's not the fish I'm looking for. But we can then mooch the striped goby. We are going for a ferocious bite. And it again responds well to precision hook set. So it's gonna be a smaller fish. Alright then, wish me luck and I'll be back when I've caught our final 290 fish. Alright, got it on the hook. Now will we catch it? This looks like a catch. Alright, we got the Forager, which is going to be the last of the 290 fish. I'll be back in a little bit once I'm ready and we can get started on the next set, which are going to be the Gathering 300 fish. Let me check my stats. We've got maxed out gathering for sure. How about our perception and GP? I could increase my GP a bit more for sure. That might be helpful, I'm noticing. Just having a bigger GP pool to start with could be a good idea. Alright, I'll go ahead and see if I can't get my GP up a little bit through melding, and I'll be back for our Gathering 300 fish. Alright, we are here at Gridania, New Gridania's Jadeite Flood, if I can find a fishing spot, where the next, or rather the first, Gathering 300 fish should be available. For our first Gathering 300 fish, it is available from 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eorzean time during, looks like rain or snow. So precipitation, really. And it prefers the stem borer as its bait. It is a ferocious pull and responds well to the powerful hook set. Why am I catching fish that are not ferocious pulls? Let's see, any other requirements? I don't believe so. I said rain or snow, 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. Yeah, that should be about it. So we'll just keep casting here until we catch it at the Jadeite Flood. Oh, got it on the very next cast, actually. And it did not hook. Oh well, it happens. I'll be back when I actually do catch it. Alright, was not able to catch it in time. The rain stopped before I got a single another hook. So let's move on to our next fish. Our next fish is also timed, another timed 300 gathering fish. This one has lighter requirements, available from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eorzean time, and a fan of goby balls. Ferocious bite, and responds well to precision hook set. Alright, I need to not be doing that, catching the non-ferocious pulls, because that does waste a little bit of time. And let's hope I can actually catch this one. Because it's gonna be... At least with this one, it's light requirements. With the one in Gridania, it has weather requirements, so... that can be a little irritating to wait for. That's a little bit less predictable. Very, very last hook of the window, and it's on the hook. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, I was getting worried about that. Alright, and we have caught Jock the Snipper, the big fish of Morrowby Dry Docks. Nice, okay. Back to Gridania because there's another big fish there. Alright, back in Gridania, the next 300 gathering fish we're going for is available all day, all weather. There are no restrictions. You just gotta go cast over here in lower Black Tea Brook. And hopefully we should hook it before too long. But they'll be back when it shows up. Oh, right. Almost forgot the bait. Crayfish balls. It likes crayfish balls. It's of course a ferocious pull. And it responds well to powerful hook set. Okay, got it on the line. Now can we hook it? Looks like that's a yes. Looks like we've caught it. Okay, there we go. We caught the big fish of the lower Black Tea Brook, the Bloody Brewer. Awesome. Now the last gathering 300 fish is the one over at the Jadeite Flood, so looks like I'm waiting for rain again. I'll be back when it rains. Alright, we're back. Time to try for this fish again as a refresher on its requirements. Jadeite Flood in New Gridania, 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. or Eorzean time during rain or snow. It prefers stem borer as its bait, it is a ferocious pull, and it responds well to the powerful hook set. So it should be ready in just about 5 in-game minutes, so a few seconds. I could use fish eyes to start early, but what would be the point? It's starting in about... now. Okay. Let's see if we can catch this fish. It'll be the last gathering 300 fish. Then we can move on to the harder fish. The fish that get even harder as we go. Wish me luck. Got a hook, but do we have a catch? We have a catch! Heck yeah! That didn't take too long. Got you in about 2 minutes. We got the Storm Dancer. Alright, that's the last gathering 300 fish. On to the harder ones. Let's get started. Alright, we are back and it is time for our next set of fish. The next 5 fish we're going to catch are going to have a gathering rating requirement between 300 and 336. The first one that's going to be available for us is the Zalera here at Middle Enosia Zephyr Drift. It has a gathering requirement of 314. And let's see what its other requirements are. It'll be up in about 2 seconds. And now. Alright, so the requirements on this fish, the Zalera. It is available from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eorzean time. It likes rat tails. It is a ferocious bite. And it responds well to the precision hook set. And it looks like that's about it for this one. Not a very complicated fish. Just a bit of a timing window that you gotta deal with. So, let's see if we can't catch it after we take a nice seat, because we're gonna be here a bit. Oh, got a bite. But did I get a hook? Looks like I got a hook. Okay, that didn't take too long. Hit about 10:24 a.m. Eorzean time, and caught the Zalera. Okay, we actually have plenty of time before the next timed fish, so I guess I'm off to the last fish? Yeah, the last fish for patch 2.2 that is always available. Alright, I believe I mentioned it earlier, but the Zalera we caught is a minimum gathering of 314. This next fish we're going for, up by Vesper Bay, is a minimum gathering of 332. Alright, let's see. Requirements on this one, it is always available. No time, no weather requirements. It responds well to the heavy steel jig. We catch it here at Vesper Bay. It is a ferocious bite, and it responds well to the powerful hook set. So, let's go ahead and take a seat. and see if we can't catch this fish. Alright, got a hook, and it looks like it's gonna be a catch as well. Oh, and we still have 9 minutes until the next timed fish. Lovely. Well, we caught a rivet oyster. I believe I said this earlier, but the rivet oyster has a required gathering of 332. So then, I guess I am waiting around for the timed fishes to pop up. I'll be back in a bit. I might even go pre-fish to get a bunch of angler's arts. Alright, I hate when fate music interrupts my fishing. Alright, we are here at Central Thanalin's Unholy Air, I believe. Yes. The fish is going to be available in about right now. And let's see, we are going for a fish known as the Dark Knight. It is available all day during certain weather, specifically fog, clouds, and dust storms. It responds well to the crowfly. It is a ferocious bite and responds well to the precision hook set. And its minimum gathering requirement is 305. So I will be back when I have it on the hook. Eventually. Alright, got it on the hook, which is just in time because the next time... Oh, god damn it. The next time fish comes up in 44 seconds, so, ha! Lovely. I was hoping we would hook it, but oh well. Keep trying. Got it on the hook again, and we've got 2 timed fish up right now, so I would like to go start working on them. Okay, there we go. Caught ourselves the Dark Knight. Awesome. Okay, next up. Next fish is also going to be here in Central Thanalin. Specifically at Upper Soot Creek. So let's go take care of that. Right up here. And it looks like we're going to be mooching. We're going to start with a midge basket. Yeah, hang on. Let's get everything set up, and then we will begin going over that midge basket. There you are. Okay, so we are mooching, so I'm going to... Let's wait for the watered core gel to be ready. And then we'll use patience instead of chum. And this one will likely be a bit of an easier catch rate. But just hard because of the mooching. Oh, I should have set up my release list. Anyways, midge basket. We will catch on a light pull, a weak pull, which responds well to precision hook sets. In order to hopefully catch an Alamegan fighting fish, mooch that, and then pull on a ferocious pull, which responds well to powerful hook sets, to hopefully get the fish we're looking for. Okay, let's set up a release list. We need to keep... Hang on. Which hole is this? Upper Soot? Oh my god, I'm looking at the wrong fish. I'm looking at the wrong fish. Okay, that's my mistake. Holy crap. What we actually need to do... Gosh dang it. We are looking for the crayfish ball. Here we go. Okay, no mooching on this one. Mooching is on the next fish. We'll get to that. For this one, we need crayfish ball. It is a ferocious pull, and it responds well to precision hook sets. It is available from 5 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eorzean time. Available here at Upper Soot Creek, and it has a minimum gathering of 320. Sorry about that. I was looking at the wrong fish. The way the Carbuncle Plushie app works is it sorts fish by the currently available fish by whichever one expires first, whichever one like has its window closed first. And another fish popped up to go above this one because it expires just a couple minutes sooner, but we're already in Central Thanalin, so I wanted to go for this one first, and it's basically the same length of window for both of them. It's just a couple minutes difference. Anyways, it put the next fish we're gonna go for above this fish when this fish was initially on top. So I got tripped up. Apologies for that. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a seat. And we will be back once we've caught this one. Alright, got a hook, and it looks like a catch as well, which means I have plenty of time to go catch the other fish. Thank goodness. Alright, caught the big fish for Upper Soot Creek, the Dream Goby. Now to go get the one I was actually reading the notes for, and that's going to take us to the Shroud. Alright, for the last of the fish before we start needing to eat food in order to catch fish, this one has a minimum gathering of 335. And let's see. As I was saying earlier for the other fish, what we need to do here is patience. We're going to use midge baskets to catch Alamegan fighting fish on a small tug, small poles, weak poles. Responds well to precision hook sets. Once we have that, we can mooch the Alamegan fighting fish and catch the actual fish we're going for on a ferocious pole, which responds well to the powerful hook set. This fish is available from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eorzean time, so I've got about 13 minutes before it closes, but no weather requirements, so it's not a hard one, just gotta wait for the right timing. And I suppose I will be back once I've actually caught what I'm looking for. No, don't use the chum. I don't have the GP or GP generation to be able to reliably use chum right now. Not when I also need to use patience. Gosh dang it. Okay, well, I'll be back when I catch this fish. Eventually. Alright, got it on the hook. Apparently, once you've mooched an Alamegan fighting fish during the open window, it's like a 50% hook rate, so yeah, it's not hard, you just gotta get it on the hook. But we caught a Moldva! Alright, all the remaining fish for patch 2.2 are going to require food. The food we're going to be using is spinach quiche. It is the best currently available at this point, and it should get our gathering stat up high enough that we can get all of the remaining fish for patch 2.2. Barely. We could, hypothetically, since I am level 64, go ahead and... I could go ahead and just buy off the market board, like, Stormblood era fishing gear and be very overprepared and not need to worry about gathering stats at all, but that's not fun. That's boring. That's cheating. That's skipping ahead. I want to do this the hard way. I'm probably going to end up making more spinach quiche, and then we will get started on the remaining fish that are going to require food. So, back in a bit. Alright, we are back, and it's time to start catching those fish which are above the maximum gathering rating we can have with the gear available in patch 2.2. We have maxed out our gathering at 336, maxed out our perception at 282, and I think we've maxed out our GP as well. I'm not entirely certain on that. For this first fish, I've gone ahead and stocked up on plenty of spinach quiche, at least one for every single fish we're going to be trying to catch, just so we can boost up our stats a considerable amount to 359 for our gathering. That is not the one I wanted to catch. Gosh dang it. The first fish we are catching is going to be here at Candlekeep Key. Here at Candlekeep Key, we are using the Goby Ball bait. The fish we're looking for is, of course, a ferocious bite. It responds well to the powerful hook set. It is available from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eorzean time. And the minimum gathering stat required is 330, sorry, not 337. Sabertooth Cod is 345, so we need +9 over the maximum. I'm just going to go ahead and use my spinach quiche for everything, since that's just going to be the easiest. It's going to give me the full boost up to 359 that I need. But you can get away with less for some of these. Anyways, I'll be back when I catch it. Oh, got a hook pretty quickly, actually. Did not catch it, though. Gosh. This is going to be This is going to be a challenge. I've got several fish I'm trying to catch, and I would like to not waste too many spinach quiche on these. Or that could end up being an issue. Alright, there we go. Caught it. Little trick I was given by a friend. If you are sitting in a chair and you stand up when you go to catch a fish, that means you caught the fish. We caught our saber-toothed cod, and it looks like I got some materia ready for extraction. So I'll do that and I'll meet you at the next spot. Alright, next up we are here at Aleport in Western Lenosia, where we are going to be going fishing at the Skull Valley marker. Let's see. We're gonna need to do a double mooch. Let me just get the info real quick. Of course, it's the Wahoo. Okay. Let's go fishing. So, for this fish, it is available from 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. or Eorzean time. We cast with the lugworm, mooch on a small bite, or catch on a small bite, which responds well to precision hookset, to get a Merlthur goby. Right, we should probably use patience, shouldn't we? Once we have a Merlthur goby that we can mooch with, we mooch with it. Then we will catch on a big pole, which responds well to powerful hook sets. To catch a wahoo, mooch that. And then on a ferocious bite, which responds well to a powerful hook set, just like the wahoo does. That should give us the fish we're looking for. Okay, what else is there for this fish? Yes. For this fish, the required gathering stat is 339, so +3 over the maximum gathering stat. And that should be about all the info we need for this one. Let's go ahead and take a seat after this fish is caught. Perfect, and it's moochable too. And I'll meet you back once we've caught the fish we're looking for. Huh? Off the Merlthur goby? Hang on, I didn't catch a wahoo and like completely zone out, did I? Oh, I guess you can also catch it off the Merlthur goby. Okay. Okay, sure. Awesome. Next fish spawns in 2 minutes, so I'll go get ready, I guess. Awesome. I don't think I needed to cut it all, actually. That was like the cast I just did. Whatever. On to the next one. Alright, the next fish we are looking for is going to be here at East Shroud Sweet Bloom Pier. This one appears from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. or Eorzean time. For this one, we are going to be casting out a Moth Pupa, catching a light pole, a small pole, to get ourselves a striped goby. Then we'll mooch that out, catch on a ferocious pole. Both poles respond well to precision hook set, so precision hook set for both. But yeah. Once we've cast out our striped goby, precision hook set on a ferocious pole to get ourselves the fish we're looking for. And the fish we're looking for has a minimum gathering of 344. Did we hook it on the first attempt? Because this is... Okay. I caught it on my very first cast. Okay. Awesome. The next one appears in about an hour, so I'll see you in about an hour, I guess. We caught the Dark Ambusher. We're having real good luck with these. I have to assume it's because they were above... They require a higher gathering rating than the maximum with gear and materia for this patch's available gear. I have to assume it's just because you need to be fully geared up and then also have high quality food in order to have a chance at catching them. That has to be why it's going so well for me. All right, I'll see you back in specifically 53 minutes, and we'll catch the next fish. All right, the next fish we can catch is out here at the Cedarwood fishing hole up in Lower Lenosia. The fish we are looking for is available all day, but only during rainy weather. We can catch it with the spoonworm. It is a ferocious pull, and it responds well to the precision hook set. And for the gathering set, it requires at least 340, which is 4 above the maximum for this patch. So, I'll be back once I have got it on the hook and caught it. Oh, I did not have any luck. In over 60 casts, I did not get a single hook. It's a 5% hook rate. I should have had around 3 hooks in that time. Oh well, gosh dang it. Okay, let's see. The next fish, we'll come back to that one soon. The next fish we're going for is here at Wood Whisper Canyon in Middle Lenosia, available all day, but only during fog or clouds or windy weather. It will hook onto butterworms. It responds well to, is that precision? Yes, precision hook set, and it is a ferocious bite. No mooching here, and this one requires, looks like 345 gathering? Let me double check that. Yes, 345 gathering. So, I'm going to keep trying for it. I'm going to need to refresh my spinach quiche soon, but I'll be back hopefully when I have hooked it. Okay, finally caught it. I was getting worried about that. But finally got on the hook and caught the crystal perch. Oh, this was another, I think, 5% hook fish is what I saw. Let me double check that, but took me well over, I think it was approaching 60. Oh, it was 66. Took me 66 casts to catch that. And let me check. What's its hook rate? Its hook rate is supposed to be, according to FF14 Angler. Oh, 3%. Okay. Okay. I guess that's a little better, but still, 3%? 66 hooks? Or 66 casts? I guess that's statistically fine. I'm more worried about the other fish, which I started with like 150 baits and did not get a single hook, and that's just frustrating, even though that's definitely a 5% fish. Alright, I'll be back when more fish have appeared. Okay, so I was intending to start getting ready for bed at this point, since it's I usually try to be in bed by 10, and I like to start winding down a couple hours before just to get ready. But we've got a golden window coming up where 6 of the remaining 7 fish I want to catch in patch 2.2 that came out in patch 2.2 all have windows opening up one after the other, and it's unlikely I'm going to catch all of them. I might catch half of them, but the windows for nearly all of them are opening up one after the other. So let's get started. And let's see what we catch. So starting out here at Old Gridania, we are at the Whispering Gorge fishing hole. And here we are looking for the matron carp, which has a minimum gathering of 359. This is one of the 2 fish with the maximum gathering requirement for patch 2.2. The highest gathering rating you can have in patch 2.2 with patch 2.2's gear. 359 gathering. It is available from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eorzean time. It's available from 15 to 21 on the 24-hour clock. No weather requirements, so it's a fairly regularly available fish. You don't have to wait for like any special weather or anything like that. Just regularly once per Eorzean day-night cycle for a few hours, for 6 hours, you can try and catch it. The bait it likes is the bloodworm. It is, of course, a ferocious bite, and it responds well to the powerful hook set. So, I will be back, hopefully when I catch it, or at the next timed fish, which is opening in less than 2 minutes. I'm just gonna do the fish in order of like lowest to highest uptime, the rarest to most common fish. And the next fish that pops up is a little bit more common than this fish, so I'm not too worried about it. Alright, caught it in literally 10 seconds until the next fish spawns. Awesome, excellent timing. Alright, got the matron carp, one of the 2 highest requirement fish in the patch. Onwards to the next area. Alright, the next fish is going to be here at Lower Lenosia's Empty Heart. Let's see. So, the bait it responds well to is the spinner bait. This is the Fairy Queen we are going for. It requires 354 gathering. It is a ferocious bite, responds well to the powerful hook set. It is available all day, but only during foggy... Oh, okay. Did not catch it. Foggy, cloudy, or windy weather. Shame we didn't catch it, even though we hooked it on the first pull, but that's just how it goes with big fish. So yeah. That's a good start. Let's see how long it takes to catch it. Okay, looks like I caught it. The Fairy Queen has joined us. Another big fish out of the way. Awesome. Now then, next up, this next fish closes in 4 minutes, so I gotta hurry. It's off in Central Thanolin. Alright, arriving at Central Thanolin's The Clutch fishing hole. We want to be using bloodworms. Let's get casting as quickly as possible. Sit down, since that actually tells us, that actually has a functional purpose other than just looking nice. It actually tells us when we've successfully caught a fish. This fish, I don't think we're going to be able to catch it in time, but this fish, available from 17 to 21 on the 24-hour clock. That is 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. It likes bloodworm bait. It is a ferocious bite. It responds well to precision hook sets. And it requires a gathering rating of 358. So second highest for patch 2.2. Wish me luck. It closes in under 4 minutes now. So I gotta go. Alright, did not catch it. That's fine. No weather requirements, just time. So it's a rather easy one to try again on. It's a very regular catch window. So our next fish we're going for is going to be over here at North Drybone in East Thanolin. Which bait do we want? Searfid basket. Alright, Searfid basket, no mooching. Let's get fishing, and then I can go over the requirements. Okay, for this one. This one requires 359 gathering. It is tied with the matron carp for hardest fish in patch 2.2, at least in terms of gathering requirements. It is available from 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eorzean time, only during rain or showers. It likes the Searfid basket. It is a ferocious pull, and it responds well to the powerful hook set. So, let's sit here. We've got about 15-16 minutes until this window closes. And we also have another fish also open in the same area at the same time. So the faster we get this one, the faster we can get to the other. Oh, I caught it on the very next cast right after I stopped talking. Okay. caught ourselves a marrow sucker. Awesome. Now we can move on to the other fish in the East Thanalan area, the other fish here in Drybone. This other fish is going to come from the South Drybone fishing hole. It responds well to the other basket I have in my inventory, which I believe is the Midge basket. Yes, Midge basket. It likes Midge basket as its bait. And let's see, it is available from 5 p.m. to 7 a.m. Eorzean time during rain and showers. It is a ferocious bite, and responds well to the powerful hook set. And for its gathering requirements, this one requires 349, so it is easier by 10 points than its cousin, the marrow sucker. We just gotta try until we catch it. So let's go ahead and sit down. And I'll be back when I catch this fish. It closes in 25 minutes. We've got time. Alright, caught it! And with 2 minutes until the next fish appears. Awesome, we caught ourselves a mud pilgrim. Alright, let's go get set up for the next fish. Alright, we're back here once again at the Cedarwood in Lower Lenosia. It's this fish again, the one we missed earlier. Okay, let's see, it opens in 15 seconds. I will go ahead and repeat the requirements for it since we are trying again. It is available all day, but only during rainy weather. You can guess where the weather's gonna turn in a few minutes. It likes spoonworm. We should be good to start casting at this point. It is a ferocious bite. It responds well to precision hook sets. And it requires a gathering rating of 340. So, wish me luck. It's a 5% hook rate, so I had such bad luck earlier. Gambler's fallacy, which is a fallacy, so it's not correct, says that I should catch it pretty quickly this time, right? That's how it works. Alright, well, after this fish closes in 22 minutes, the next fish opens 49 minutes from that right now, so I might be done with this one tonight. I might try for those next few fish as the last things I do before I go to sleep tonight. Who knows? Anyways, wish me the best of luck in catching this fish. Okay, good. Caught it with 16 minutes left in the window. Oh, if I missed it in this window too, I would have been real salty. Okay, caught the Sildra. 2 fish left for this patch. Next one appears in 42 minutes, so I'll be back then. Also, dang, wasted most of a spinach quiche. Oh well. It happens. I've got plenty. I'll be back in 42 minutes. I'm gonna try and finish this tonight. Alright, we are back. We are here at the Clutch in Central Thanalan. I believe we attempted to catch this fish last night for me, and I failed, so we're trying this again. So let's go over the requirements. This one is available, no weather restrictions, from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eorzean time. It likes the bloodworm bait. It is a ferocious pull. It responds well to the precision hook set. And let's see, what are its gathering requirements? This one requires a 358 gathering, so need that spinach quiche. Okay, this one has no weather restrictions, so it is a fairly regular fish. You're always reliably gonna know when it's up. Don't need to wait for weather or anything like that. So it shouldn't be too obnoxious to try and catch. But it might also be a bit rarer as a result, as we saw from the fact we couldn't catch it. But we've got about 11 minutes until it expires. 11 minutes real time, that is. And then as soon as this one expires, I believe we've got a 9-minute gap, and then the next fish, the last fish for patch 2.2 will appear. And hopefully I'll be able to catch that. Looks like that one's going to have a more limited window than usual. It's got an 8-minute window, so maybe. That might be enough time. It just depends on the RNG. Anyways, wish me luck on Old Softy here in the clutch. Oh, looks like we caught it after just a couple minutes of attempts. Hello there, Old Softy. Good to see you. Now I've got a nice long wait until the next fish appears. One fish left for the patch. Awesome. It'll be up in 18 minutes on my end, so most of that spinach quiche is gonna be wasted. Oh well. Alright, we are back here in Central Shroud at the Mirror. Way down over at the Mirror planks. The last fish for patch 2.2 is gonna be a relatively easy one, only needs 337 gathering. So literally +1 over the maximum. We could do this with any gathering food. So I went ahead and used the item level 50 gathering food that also gives GP, which is convenient. Not gonna be too much of a bonus, but it won't hurt. Let's see. This fish is known as the ghost carp. It is available from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eorzean time during rainy weather. The rain will start in about 5 in-game minutes. It likes the butterworm bait. It is a ferocious pull, and it responds well to the powerful hook set. And that should be about all there is to know about it. So let's, once the rain starts, it's probably fine to start now. Rain usually takes about 3 in-game minutes, which is about a few seconds real time, just to update, but it should already be registered. Anyways, I will be back when I have hopefully caught the ghost carp. It closes in about 8 minutes at the 3 a.m. mark. Really wish the rain had started sooner, but it is how it is. Oh, looks like I caught it. Thank goodness, which means I am finally done with the patch 2.2 fish. Oh goodness. Okay, I'm gonna give myself a quick preview of how many patch 2.3 fish there are. A lot. Alright, well, we'll get to that when we get to that. Oh, we got a tutorial for swimming shadows. Because we hit level 65. Is that relevant to us? That is absolutely not relevant to us until Stormblood. Alright then, lovely. Awesome. With our patch 2.2 fishing done, we got another achievement, Go Big or Go Home. I think that was 3? No, 2. It would have been 2. Let me just double check that to be certain. Well, that would be for catching all of the big fish. Yeah. Oh, 3. It is 3. That would be for catching all of the big fish in patch 2.2. Fair enough. Alright, we'll come back for more big fishing in due time. Once we get to patch 2.3. Oh goodness, we're gonna have a lot to catch. I think the majority of the remaining fish for A Realm Reborn are gonna be in 2.3. No, there's a good chunk in 2.2 as well. Or sorry, 2.4 as well. 2.5 only has 1 fish though, for whatever reason. Anyways, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, we'll be doing that fishing eventually, but next time on Final Fantasy XIV, aha! We are doing a series of extra quests that was released with the Rising 2023, and thankfully persisted afterwards. I will see everyone next time for some backstory that ties into a raid series we may or may not be we are definitely doing. I'll see everyone next time for that.